that it ought to have been cancelled?
Well, if I were in the shoes of Professor Jega, I ought to have cancelled that election. I understand the baggage Professor Jega is carrying.
Now, as a lawyer,
Yeah.
okay, INEC said it was not in their power
Yeah.
to cancel an election outright.
Yeah.
That it depends on what the court says. So what do you say?
No, that's not true. If it's apparent, if it's clear that the, like, I'm reluctant in using the word rigging, that the field that is supposed to be playing is so undulating and even, so much so that even the neutral person, or as that poet would put it, after the entire size, he will say that truth is slain in the field, justice standeth afar off, and even equity cannot enter. It's incumbent on the umpire, Jega, also ever managed that affair, to cancel. They have the power to cancel if it's clear that what happened there was not fair. They didn't give equal opportunity to all the candidates. They could have cancelled that election. They had right. So asking them to go back to the tribunal is to use legal bureaucratic pigeonholes on administrative lethargy to realize the objective of uneven playing ground. I'm reluctant to still say rigging, but I say the playing field was uneven and undulating.
You
and unfair.
Yes, you represent the League of Patriotic Lawyers.
Yeah.
You also represent you also represent in some form the civil society.
That's true.
Being an observer, and like there were many observers like you, who saw that the election was not free and fair. Was that something they could have done, maybe in the courts, to restrain INEC or to establish some case that the election was not fair?
Like I told you, until the election day, it's difficult for the political actors to really know what they have in stock for them. If there's gerrymandering, that is to say, intention to starve some constituencies of electoral materials, there's no way, even if they are...
Is there not a way that all of these things could have been aggregated in some form of a petition and taken to courts?
That is exactly what they are doing. They are, I think in no time, the aggrieved political parties, the aggrieved candidates, they are coming together to file their action, which, I believe is a step in the right direction. That is legitimate, that is constitutional.
So what does that make of the supplementary election?
Well, the supplementary election will still take place, it depends on them. Even if this supplementary election takes place, and the entire, so to say, they vote for the people that are aggrieved. Those who are aggrieved, they are the antithesis. Those who won, ABGA, they are the thesis, and we have to present the synthesis. If even there's going to be an election, there's no way they can upset the audience table. There's no way they can stop ABGA, who's very close to the winning tip from winning. It's like a fait accompli, so to say.
Okay, that brings me to this issue. I have to go back to the APC and the new PDP.
Yeah.
By the political calculation, with the game of number, it may appear that the weight is tilting on the side of the APC. In favor of the APC. Okay? But you have a center that has federal might, controls the police, controls the armed forces, and like you said, is the employer of the umpire, and controls the all the structures that will be involved in the electioneering process. Do you see that what the APC and the PDP may be planning to achieve may just be a tall order, or
well,
it will become a matter of what somebody said? If you don't allow the people, so those who don't allow peace to reign, those who do not want peace,
those who make a peaceful revolution,
yes,
you know, impossible. They are making a violent one inevitable. But we don't pray for that.
I don't know. Thank you for reminding me.
Because
but look at that calculation and tell me what you think.
Firstly, in the League of Petroleum Lawyers, we do not trust politicians. When I say trust, I mean trust. You know, it means what it says, and it says what it means. Because the politician will tell you something today, tomorrow they do the other thing. And, you know, otherwise, I do not want to be over optimistic about this coalition. But like I told you, it's new, it's novel, it's a step in the right direction. It's going to make democracy more robust. You know, but we are still waiting with, optimism and see what this new coalition with midwife. You know, politicians, they are known for double standard. I'm sorry to say, politicians, they are known for, blowing hot when it's going to be cold. They are known for, things that are anti-people. You know, they are known for trying to fester their nest. If you look at the so-called coalition of the new group, APC, you know, it's geared towards taking power from, entirely from the south to the north. They are not addressing the basic issue or basic problem associated with the problems of livelihood, the common man. All they are interested in that, look, let us take power from the south side and let's take it back to the north. Nobody's taking seriously of how we are going to take.
Do you think that's the agenda?
No, if you look at what they are talking about, they have told you what they are talking, why they are aggrieved, so to say.
You are talking about the new PDP now?
Yeah, they have told
you. The members of the former new
they have told
PDP.
you why they are leaving the old PDP, because the old PDP does not have democratic elements. That's why they are leaving. Nobody's talking about ASU strike. Nobody's talking about the problem associated with light, even though the newly formed private sector, has not been able to take effectively. They are promising us that in 6 months' time, maybe we'll be able to get hallelujah from light. Nobody's talking about all those problems that are associated with the typical Nigerian man, the vendor, the driver, the bus conductor, the homeless, the sick, the widow, the desperate poor. Nobody's talking about this. Nobody's taking time to take side with the voiceless. But like I told you, it might take time, but you really know that in history, when there's a combat between the powerless conscience and the conscienceless power, eventually the conscienceless power.
I need to ask you this. Being a student of history, a student of political science, if you look at the 5 aggrieved governors who have moved to APC, I think I can only recognize a South-South person amongst the long cap wearing governors. So I don't know what you make out of it. Is it that there just seem to be this general agreement, pursuit to make the North realize it's ambition? What do you make out?
You see, these dubious labels, South, North, West, East, they are meant to put us down in terms of development. If Abechi, I guess that's the man you are referring to, believes that his political fortunes could be enhanced by being a member of the new APC, so be it. As it stands today, until Abechi is removed from power or killed, because I understand that his political operative, his security operatives that have been removed, it stands to reason that he's still the governor of the state. So wherever he likes. Tomorrow he can decide to join ABGA. So I don't want to talk about, his reason for going to the new
not necessarily talking
APC.
About Amechi. I'm talking about the political arrangements. Yes. They seem to be tilting in the direction of the North, but maybe to help fester that desire to take power back to the
that was right. I told you earlier on that we, members of the League, we are not too enthusiastic about this new measure. Until we see the ideology, until we see what they represent. We have not really seen the manifesto. The difference between the APC that is coalescing now and even the old PC is very tiny. It leaves lacuna. They are interwoven and intertwined in as much as they are interrelated. So like I told you, we are not too enthusiastic. But we are watching with rapt attention. It's interesting. It's democratic. And whatever.
Maybe this is just an advice that the politicians of this political dispensation should realize that the political awareness of Nigerians had grown.
Yeah.
And some of these questions are just coming from the thoughts and the side talks of many Nigerians. Some of them you have also highlighted. You know, like you said, you want to see the ideology.
Yeah.
You want to see the manifesto.
Yeah.
It's not just enough to aggregate powerful men and have number on your side.
No.
You must be seen to be seriously involved in the lives of the people. We'll take a break. We'll still try and talk about the judiciary and the role you're supposed to play in this political dispensation. Thank you for staying with us. The program is Daytime Talk. We'll be right back.
This is Peace Hotels Lagos, the ultimate business leisure hotels. Peace Hotels operates state-of-the-art and recreational facilities. From the closet of your room, you can browse through the internet and make direct international calls, because we also operate the PTO license for Peace Talk wired telephone line. Peace Hotels is home away from home with its 5-star altitude, its beautiful ambience, spacious parking lot, furnished suites, cocktail bar, restaurant, with African and intercontinental cuisine and Chinese delicacies, and a multi-purpose hall for your AGMs, seminars, and workshops. And Peace Hotels is just 15 minutes drive from the airport in Lagos. For your bookings, log on the website www.peacehotels.com. Peace Hotels, blazing the trail of blending business with pleasure in the hospitality industry.
Thank you for staying with us. We went to town to ask some of these questions that we've tried to tie around issues today on the program, and wanted to find out what Nigerians have to say. And this was what we found.
If you look at the trend of politics in Africa generally, you find out that it's going to be very difficult in most cases to unseat the ruling party. So I don't think it's going to be something different in Nigeria come 2015. There's a clear indication that a lot of political parties are coming up with strategies to see if they can get the control of power come 2015.
I think the political terrain is becoming more interesting now. The camp of the 5 PDP governors to APC, it will make politics very interesting. One, the PDP have been handling the matter carelessly, because in politics, you don't joke with even a single vote or voter. You don't joke with it. With the part of the 5 governors from PDP to APC, PDP really has problem now. And when we come to the overall effect on the presidency, I think if the president really want to go for second time in 2015, he has to do everything within his power to bring all the aggrieved party within the PDP. He has to bring them together.
New PDP governors that crossed over to APC. I don't really see much difference between the APC and the PDP. So all of them have always have to cross from one party to the other. So when the 2015 election, I feel it will be more interesting, because for the first time it's like PDP is having to get reduced to about 18 states now, if I'm correct. So it will be a keenly an election that will be keenly contested in one way or the other. So it's good for the democracy anyway.
This time for reading, this time for us to know the policies in Nigeria. The opposition will now they will close the gap. Now the PDP himself will know this is now a what politics now. like rival that they have a majority. Now there's no majority. Everything is now balanced. This is what they call balance now. So PDP will now sit tight to know what really called politics, and it's a development to APC to know. APC is for change now. Him to we now sit tight because now because this is a game of two rivals and a two big political party fighting for seat. I know the APC we like to win the presidency, and the PDP too will not leave the presidency. So this is what we call politics in Nigeria now. And as for 2015, we are now look forward. We are now looking very good politics, good governance, good everything now.
The essence of politics is conflict and resolution of that conflict. But maybe the leaders of the PDP presently, they are not thinking along that line. And two, there is no law that ban for governor from crossing carpet. So there is no law. So they are still within in order.
Everybody can see that what happened in Anambra is a chaos. I mean, INEC has done nothing, to make Nigeria know that they want to change the electoral process in this country. They failed woefully. About the 2015 election, everything left to INEC now, just to do their work accordingly. We can now see that most governors of the PDP, they've crossed over. This is very good omen for Nigerians. 2015 election, if INEC will try to do it according to, to lay down procedure, PDP is nothing to be writing about.
Now I see that we all have to play the game together. Otherwise, come 2015, this country will be in problem. It's no issue of hiding under the cloak of prayer and everybody is trying to say, okay, I'm being marginalized or something. We just have to put hand on deck. As is putting hand on deck is not you saying it alone. You have to say it and make the move.